Football betrayal is the ultimate pain. One day your star is kissing the badge, the next he's running off with your biggest rival. And today, we're counting down 9 levels of football betrayal, each one worse, uglier, and more ridiculous than the last. I'm Lixor, let's get straight into it. Level 1. Luís Figo joins Real Madrid, 2000. Alright, let's start with the man who turned betrayal into an art form, Luís Figo. This guy wasn't just a Barcelona player, he was the Barcelona guy. The face of the team, the one little kids pretended to be in the streets. If Messi was the saint, Figo was the prince before him. Then came the year 2000. Real Madrid shows up with a bag of cash so big it probably had its own security team. We're talking 60 million euros. Back then, this was record-shattering, like dropping a PS5 in a kindergarten. Everyone wants it. And Figo? He didn't just take the money. He took the entire city's soul. When he returned to Camp Nou wearing white, the place went full WWE crowd mode. Booing like they were trying to break the sound barrier. Banners everywhere. Traitor. Judas. And probably a few that can't be translated on YouTube without demonetization. But here's the highlight. The flying pig's head. Yes, a fan threw an actual pig's head onto the pitch. Like, imagine hating someone so much you walk into a butcher shop first. That's commitment. That's not just betrayal. That's grocery shopping revenge. And the best part? Figo just calmly walked over to take the corner kick while chaos reigned around him. Like, bro, how are you so chill when there's farm animals flying at your face? Level 1 is Figo, and it sets the tone. Football betrayal isn't just switching jobs. It's tearing up love letters in front of 100,000 people and then asking for applause. If Level 1 is betrayal with flying livestock, then Level 2 takes it straight to the streets. Level 2. Sol Campbell joins Arsenal, 2001. Now, if you thought Figo's move caused chaos, wait till you hear about Sol Campbell. Picture this. Campbell was Tottenham's captain, their leader, the guy fans trusted to never betray the badge. He'd been at Spurs for years, built his name there, kissed the crest, told the fans, "I'll never join Arsenal." Phew. Yeah. Famous last words. Because in 2001, what did Sol do? He left Tottenham and signed for Arsenal. Not just any club, their biggest rival. Like Romeo dumping Juliet and then dating her cousin across the street. The Spurs fanbase didn't just boo him, they erased him. Burned shirts, banners calling him Judas, and chants that followed him his entire career. Tottenham fans still refuse to even say his name out loud. They just call him Judas. Imagine that. Dude's name got deleted in real life. Meanwhile, Arsenal fans, they loved him, instantly. He helped them win trophies, including going invincible in 2003 to 2004. So not only did he betray Spurs, he upgraded his life and rubbed salt in their wounds by becoming a legend with the rivals. Campbell's betrayal wasn't about money like Figo. This was about crossing enemy lines. A full-blown defection. Like joining the rival gang and then posing for the victory photo. Level 1 was money. Level 2 was treason. But Level 3? That's when betrayal doesn't just hurt feelings. It breaks entire nations.
Oh, he's gone all the way through. Is this going to be the equaliser? Oh, superb goal from Mario Götze.
Level 3. Mario Götze joins Bayern Munich. Level 3 takes us to Germany. And oh boy, this one still stings. Mario Götze was Dortmund's golden child, the wonder kid. The guy who scored magical goals and made fans believe they could actually take down Bayern Munich, the big boss of German football. But here's the kicker. In 2013, just before Dortmund's biggest game in decades, the Champions League final against Bayern, news breaks that Götze had signed with Bayern Munich. Yes, the very team Dortmund were about to face on the biggest stage. Imagine being a Dortmund fan. You're gearing up for the final, full of hope, and then the headline drops. Your star player is already packing his bags for the enemy. That's not just betrayal, that's a soap opera twist. The timing made it worse. Dortmund fans felt like he wasn't even playing for them anymore. Like he was already wearing Bayern red while still on their payroll. And when the final came, Dortmund lost 2-1. Guess who celebrated on the other side the next season? Yep, Mario Götze, Bayern's new toy. And just to twist the knife deeper, a year later, he scored the winning goal in the World Cup final for Germany. Everyone in the country celebrated, except Dortmund fans. For them, Götze went from the future of our club to the guy who betrayed us right before prom night. And if Götze broke hearts before the final, Van Persie broke an entire season. Level 4. Robin van Persie to Manchester United, 2012. Level 4 isn't just betrayal, it's daylight robbery. Robin van Persie was Arsenal's captain, top scorer, their everything. Then in 2012, he flips the script and joins Manchester United. Not just leaving, he joins the rival that actually wins trophies. And what happens? First season, he lights up the league and hands United the Premier League title. So Arsenal didn't just lose their star, they literally gift-wrapped the trophy for their enemy. Fans didn't know whether to cry or punch their TVs. For United, it was like ordering pizza and finding a free trophy inside the box. But if Van Persie robbed Arsenal in broad daylight, wait till Level 5, where betrayal turns into pure chaos. Level 5. Carlos Tevez joins Manchester City, 2009. Level 5 is where betrayal stops being just business and starts being personal. And no one did it dirtier than Carlos Tevez. Back in 2009, Tevez was loved at Manchester United. Fans adored his warrior spirit, his never-stop-running, and that scrappy attitude. He wasn't Cristiano Ronaldo with the skills or Wayne Rooney with the fame, but he was the people's fighter. So when United failed to sign him permanently, everyone thought, okay, maybe he'll head abroad. Maybe Spain, maybe Italy, anywhere but City. But Tevez didn't just leave, he crossed the street. Literally, from Old Trafford to the blue side of Manchester, and he didn't come quietly. Oh no. City went full WWE villain mode. They plastered his face on a massive billboard right in the middle of Manchester that read, "Welcome to Manchester." United fans absolutely lost it. They booed him every single touch when he came back in blue. Tevez didn't care. He scored, he celebrated, and he basically said, "Cry more." This wasn't just a transfer, it was betrayal turned into a citywide civil war. Red versus blue, neighbor versus neighbor. Family dinners ruined because someone supported the wrong side. And for Tevez, he loved every second of it. From crossing the street in Manchester to crossing an entire city in Italy, Level 6 takes betrayal to a whole new neighborhood. Level 6. Gonzalo Higuaín joins Juventus, 2016. If Tevez's move was shocking, Gonzalo Higuaín's transfer was straight up savage. In 2016, Higuaín was Napoli's hero. He had just broken the Serie A scoring record with 36 goals in a single season, the kind of number you only hit in video games. Napoli fans worshipped him. He was their symbol against the rich giants of Italian football. And then, Juventus came calling. The same Juventus that Napoli fans despised more than anything. The same Juventus that crushed their title hopes year after year. What did Higuaín do? He didn't just join them. He became their record signing for 90 million euros. Napoli fans were furious. They burned his jerseys in the streets. The city mayor even called him a betrayer. That's when you know it's serious, when politicians start throwing shade. For Napoli, it felt like their superstar chose money and comfort over loyalty. For Juventus, it was a double victory. They got the league's best striker and destroyed their rival's heart in one move. Higuaín didn't just switch clubs. He walked straight into the villain role and smiled while doing it. From breaking hearts in Naples to breaking national pride, Level 7 is betrayal on an international stage.
Costa!
Level 7. Diego Costa chooses Spain over Brazil, 2013. You know how your mom says, "Don't forget where you came from"? Well, Diego Costa clearly never got that memo. Born and raised in Brazil, played his early football in Brazil, even wore the yellow shirt twice in friendlies. The guy was supposed to be Brazil's bulldozer up front. But in 2013, when the World Cup was about to be hosted in Brazil, in his own backyard, Costa did the unthinkable. He switched allegiance. He turned his back on Brazil and pledged himself to Spain. And not just any Spain. This was the golden era Spain. Xavi, Iniesta, Casillas, Ramos, the reigning World Cup champions. Brazil fans were furious. They called him a traitor, a mercenary, someone who sold out his own blood for trophies and money. The Brazilian Football Confederation literally said it was like a slap in the face. And the kicker? Spain didn't even need him. In the 2014 World Cup, hosted in Brazil, Costa played for Spain and flopped. Spain got humiliated. Brazil booed him every time he touched the ball, and he became the villain in two countries at once. Imagine being hated at home and abroad. That's not just betrayal. That's self-destruction with a passport stamp. If betraying your country wasn't wild enough, Level 8 takes us to the darkest kind of betrayal, when a player stabs the very fans who adored him, right in the heart. Level 8. Neymar leaves Barcelona for PSG, 2017. Level 8 is betrayal, dressed up in designer sunglasses. Neymar to PSG. At Barcelona, Neymar wasn't just another star. He was the future. Messi was the king, sure, but Neymar was the crown prince, the guy who was supposed to carry Barca when Messi eventually slowed down. Fans loved him. Kids wore his haircut. He scored in the Champions League final. He was part of MSN, the deadliest attack trio football had ever seen. And then, in 2017, boom, he drops the bomb. Neymar activates a release clause worth €222 million and ditches Barca for PSG. That wasn't just a transfer. That was the football equivalent of pressing the red nuclear button. It shattered the transfer market forever. Players who used to cost €40 million suddenly cost €140 million because Neymar decided he wanted to be the main man in Paris. Barca fans? Devastated. They burned his shirts, called him a traitor, even sued him for loyalty bonuses he didn't deserve. Messi was reportedly hurt. The squad felt betrayed, and suddenly Barca's future collapsed overnight. Meanwhile, Neymar? He's in Paris flashing watches, launching brands, and somehow still getting booed by PSG's own fans for not living up to the hype. This wasn't just betrayal of a club. It was betrayal of an entire football order. Neymar didn't just leave Barcelona. He flipped football upside down and left everyone to pick up the bill. If Neymar shattered clubs with one decision, Level 9 is even darker. Betrayal so big it nearly killed football itself. Level 9. The European Super League Scandal, 2021. Level 9 isn't just betrayal of a club or a country. This was betrayal of football itself. April 2021, middle of the night. 12 of Europe's biggest clubs, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and more, quietly sign off on a plan to form the European Super League, a closed league, no relegation, guaranteed billions. Basically the rich saying, screw merit, screw history, screw the small clubs. We're locking the doors and keeping all the money for ourselves. For fans, It was the ultimate knife in the back. Because football has always been about hope. Leicester winning the Premier League. Ajax shocking Europe. Your team, no matter how small, dreaming big. The Super League? It murdered that dream in cold blood. The backlash was instant and volcanic. Fans stormed stadiums, banners popped up everywhere, pundits lost their minds on live TV. Even governments got involved. Within 48 hours, the whole project collapsed like a cheap tent in the wind. But the damage? Oh, it was done. Fans will never forget that their beloved clubs, the very institutions they lived and died for, tried to sell them out for greed. This wasn't just betrayal. This was the final boss of betrayal. A moment that proved sometimes the biggest enemy of football is football itself. So there you have it. 9 betrayals that shook football to its core. From flying pigheads to billion-dollar backstabs. But here's the real question for you. Do you think we missed a level 10? Maybe in your eyes there's an even bigger betrayal than these 9. If yes, drop it in the comments. And if it's truly more savage, maybe we'll crown it in the next video. And hey, remember, I'm Lixor, the guy who risks his sanity watching hours of football meltdowns just so you don't have to. So if you had fun, smash that like button, subscribe, and join the squad, because this is just the beginning. On this channel, betrayal always comes in 9 levels. And trust me, you don't want to miss the next one.